I hope not. You can look at it philosophically and say it would be quite difficult to win 4 or 5 in a row. That from now until winning the trophy. So you'd sort of say maybe a loss isn't the worst thing. To get on a winning run to the back end would be nice. So yeah, we were a bit off today. We didn't get partnerships. There were 2 partnerships, one of 33 and another one of 40 something. But we didn't quite get going with the bat, and I felt that pitch was a bit tricky, and we always felt we were 20 runs short, and it played out that way. But we did put up a good fight, and unfortunately came on the wrong side of the game today.
AD, you guys have been in the playoffs now every single season of the Betway SA20, and there obviously won 2 titles. What's been the key to the success of this MICTvSEC side? You see the phone calls.
Sorry, coming. I don't know. I think we got good sides. In the first 3 years, I think we had a good side and we had a nice style of play, and it paid dividends, and we got through to the finals 3 times. So we're very proud of that record, and we are in playoffs again. We didn't play very well today, but we have got to playoffs with 2 games left. So it was quite comforting getting in early and not a scrap in the last game. So yeah, it's gone well over the 4 years, but we're looking, and we are ambitious and would like to get to the top 2 with a win on Sunday, and then play in that qualifier and then play in the final. So that's the goal. And I think we've got another good team this year that play a certain way, and I think we've produced some very good wins. And when we've lost, we've only just lost. So we take a lot of confidence going into the back end of the tournament.
Sorry about the performance this evening, Coach. Just wanted to check. You said it was a bit difficult to play on the pitch this evening, a bit of a low-scoring game. Both sides struggled to build partnerships. What do you put that down to?
Well, I think both sides struggled to get scoring and scoring fluently. I'm not blaming the pitch. We just didn't get that partnership that would allow us to accelerate towards the end. We lost a lot of wickets, and weren't able to get that impetus into the back 5 overs. So we were sort of scrambling to get to, at one stage we were going, okay, let's go for 160, and then it sort of came down to 150, and every time we lost a wicket it was sort of, okay, let's scramble to 140, which we almost got. So we found it quite difficult to play shots, and it also swung this evening. When we bowled, the first few overs swung, and we thought we were in the game, and we were in the game for quite a long time, but there were a couple of overs that just got away from us, and they did enough to get over the line.
And then just on tonight's performance, or the result rather, with the playoffs already secured, is this an easy one to just shrug off and say, we have the same guys to face again, let's go again on Sunday?
No, not at all. I mean, we're hurting from the loss. We really wanted to ensure that we got to the top 2. So there was a lot on this game for them and us. We want to get to we want to get to that qualifier and have a chance to go straight to the final. I think that's a big advantage. We found it in the second year, going straight through, and last year Mumbai got straight to the final. We had a long slog to get there, and I think it hurt us in the end when you played 3 games in 4 days. We had to do that long slog, and you're not going to ever moan getting to a final, but I thought we were a little bit fatigued in that final. So you want to give yourself a best chance to get into the top 2, to give yourself a chance to go straight to the final. I think that's a very big advantage, and it has shown in the last 2 years.
Adrian, you mentioned a little bit earlier that the wicket was a bit tricky. Just from your opinion as a coach, looking at MICTv's innings, they played a little bit more circumspectly in the chase. Would that have been part of the reason?
Yeah, I think, well, I don't know. I haven't spoken to them about the wicket or anything, and I'm not moaning about the wicket. I don't think we batted particularly well, and we didn't get partnerships, as I alluded to earlier. But yeah, we just found it difficult to get going, and I think spin was also a little bit of a factor. Both sides, there was, the spin did play a role, and I know we didn't bowl all our quota of spin, but I thought their spinners did quite well and put us, sort of pegged us back and didn't allow us to get a few big overs to get going. So, yeah, it was probably a nice match to watch. It was quite close. We didn't feel that it was going to be that close until you looked at comparative scores, and suddenly you think we were out of it, but the scores were pretty level all the way through, except for a couple of overs where they managed to get their noses ahead. So I think it was a good game of cricket, although it wasn't, the quality wasn't where we would expect two teams like this to produce.
Your captain, Tristan Subs, seems to have led well this season, but he just hasn't seen himself for the bat these last few months. Could you maybe just speak about what he's been like and how he's doing? Is he what frame of mind is he? Is he still the same Tristan Subs that's been in the dressing room throughout the SA20?
Yeah, you wouldn't know that he's maybe not scoring the runs that he's used to. He did have a major innings where we won quite comfortably, and he scored, I want to say 60 or 36 or something, a couple of games ago. Last game he was involved in an excellent partnership with Coles. Coles found it a bit easier, and he was the supporting act. The game before he was the aggressor. So I don't think he's out of form at all. He just hasn't quite done as well as maybe he has in the past. So we're not worried about it. He's not worried about it. I think maybe we'll see him make a major contribution coming into the last games. I think he could. He's not batting badly at all.
Coach, you just touched on James Coles. Did you do it on purpose, or you just shocked the whole league where you just introduced him so late into the tournament? And how key is he going to be just moving forward into the playoffs?
I know him quite well. I have worked in England the last 7 years, and he's very young. He's only 21, but he's already played over 50 matches in T20 cricket and done very well with the bat and the ball and in the field. Kind of player I like, and a kind of player that has done well in the SA20. Left arm spin has done well for us. So I was looking for left arm spinners in the first year. Roelof van der Merwe was, I think, player of the tournament, most wickets, I think. And then the next two, Liam Dawson did very well. And so he was a kind of similar bowler. And Sen has also done very well for us. So I've got a great, I was a leg spinner, by the way, but I choose left arm spinners, and they do well in South Africa. And so I've followed him. I was also a Southern Brave coach in the 100, and he was in my team. So I was able to see him firsthand what he can do. We had a decision to make early on in this competition as to whether he plays or Tarundu plays, our Sri Lankan spinner. And the Sri Lankan has got ability to bowl off spin at left-handers, and that got him the nod ahead of James. So, not only him, but I think our bench is very strong. We've got a number of players that could come in and make an impact. I've no problem with someone getting injured, because our bench is, I look at other benches, and I'm not disrespectful of their benches, but our bench is strong, and anyone can come off the bench and and make an impact. We've got players that have played for South Africa on our bench. We've got Luto Sepamla has played recently for South Africa. Patrick Kruger, he's done so well for us in the past, and he hasn't had a game this year. So Mitch van Buren, Bayer Swanepoel, Chris Wood has played in England at Hampshire while I've been there. I know what he can do. So we've got a very strong bench, and James Coles is one of those players.
team.